Hey guys, this is Marisol. This is my second update for my project. Um, this time we'll be using more of WordPress and more of Edmodo. So to start off, we're gonna start with the Edmodo. I added some posts to the Edmodo. For example, I chose one class, and that class is the higher level class that I was going to do an iMovie presentation with. So the post was just to continue, as you can see, to work on their projects and remember to bring materials to class. That way they always have something to work on for their projects. As well as I added some things to their library. For example, I uploaded a class time rubric to see how to make sure that they use in the entire class period to work on these projects, as well as their rubric for the project. That way they know to look at what they're graded on, as well as a list of the places that they had to choose for this project. This is just the Edmodo. If they have questions, they can always put it and post it on the page for the class, and other students can answer it to each other. Okay, now moving on to the WordPress site. This is the same page as the first update, the introduction with the rules and the percentages of each of the like interpersonal, interpretive, and presentational and materials that they need, and other rules for the classroom. So for the Edmodo section, it just has the link to the Edmodo, so they can sign in and with the code and discuss with the class. Since they're focusing more on iMovie projects, here's the link for that. So for this iMovie project, there's more description on it, and here they have of what they're supposed to do, and they could be creative, and they have an example here of what a student did last year. In here, so you can see how many things they can do and things like that. So they could be creative with that. Let's see. And that way they could see, they could even use their favorite game. They can, and this just keeps going until, and it has the places of, let's say, France. They pick Paris, and other places, and they can do that. They can use other video games. They don't have to use video games. They could use like storyboards that look like comics. Do that as well. And as you know, kids are entertained with these type of things, so giving them the room to do that, it's great. So they have pictures of France, or even putting in videos of what their project will look like. So that makes it fun for them because they get to be creative with these things, and you know, they're not limited to what they can do. They can explore and use other things. Below the video, I put the rubric, like the content, the accuracy, the comprehensibility, the appearance, and the effort of what the students contribute to the project. Of course, they would be graded on two ways: individually and as a group. And the scale is 1 to 5, 5 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. And then the total points will determine their grade. For example, if they get 23 points, they get an A, things like that. Also, the rubric for the use of the class time is also posted here, so they can, know what to expect if their grade is not what they expected. So, of course, there's like you use all the class time to work on the project, use most of the class time, and then you have used some of your time, and then you have those that you did not use any class time to work on the project. Now, students will have a couple of days to work on this, most likely a week to work on this project, because with all the editing and everything else, it takes a very long time. And after this project, we will get into the folk tales and fables, which brings us to the life lesson unit after that. That is still being worked on, as you can see. So once that the stuff for the folk tales and fables, that'll be put in here as well. Getting back to the iMovies, the question is, how can you put them on WordPress? Well, first, there is there's a specific YouTube channel for the class. For example, I have 3. One is for this class that are doing the iMovies. So they would each upload their movies. Now, here's the question. Student security, privacy issues. Well, the students will not be videotaping themselves. They will be doing like visual aids rather than putting themselves out there. They will say their names that are there, their Spanish names, as well as some can record their voices. So there's no issue on students' privacy because they're not putting their faces out there or the actual names. It's just going on a first name basis, and if they don't want to, they don't have to put their names on it. So I thought that was very interesting. And then from here, they would put into the WordPress, so all the other students can see. There would be a page for the presentation, so students can see what other students did for their project, and then they will all be shown in class, and students will use peer assessment to for their peers to see if they did everything of all of the requirements that was asked of this project. The only thing that I found very difficult was to adding the movies to the Edmodo. I was trying to do one, for example, to have them just on one site, but it wasn't allowed, or it just comes out corrupted. So that's the only thing I found with the issue with Edmodo and the videos. So that's why they were put on the WordPress. I will put, to be more specific, I will put a page showing the students like a screencast on how to upload a YouTube video onto WordPress, doing the process going through YouTube, and then from embedding it from YouTube to WordPress. That way there's no issue. Other than that, the project has been going very great. This is just a one that I used during my student teaching, so I chose this one because it shows like what the students can do, and this is the same rubric that I chose. Very simple, very basic for students to use, and very easy to grade. Well, that's all I have for now for my update number 2 for my MMP project. Thank you.